Kenneth Golden's press release 1973 through 2024, Music Psychology Catalyst 801, by author and researcher Kenneth Golden. Advancements in cognitive neuroscience reveal high-probability mechanisms through which music influences the brain and body. There is new research serving as an aid in stress reduction, memory activation, and even physical healing synchronization. Before diving into the ebook's full scope, here are essential points that illuminate key areas of research. Thought point 1. Stress reduction via biological markers. Music can prevent anxiety-induced heart rate and blood pressure spikes while lowering cortisol levels, which are significant stress indicators. Thought point 2. Memory and the pleasure center of the brain. Songs associated with vivid memories can trigger the brain's nucleus accumbens, often called the pleasure center, invoking positive emotions tied to past experiences. Thought point 3. Emotional synchrony and physical calm. Relaxing music has the unique effect of reducing cortisol production, thereby alleviating stress and moderating heart rate and blood pressure. Intriguingly, music elicits synchronized activation across emotion processing regions, fostering an emotional resonance. Thought point 4. Rhythm and the brain's motor system. Music's rhythm can activate the brain's motor regions, allowing us to perceive and feel a beat, even before we instinctively begin to tap our feet. The following my personal experience. Before I get started, I have a miraculous story to tell you about Kenneth Golden and how his primary care doctor and 3 back and spine specialists viewed his MRI, then decided that his future walking chances were slim to none. However, after completing a new MRI, a couple of months later, his prognosis went from slim to no chance of walking again to having miraculous improvement. This unprecedented recovery time attracted a lot of attention, which included several Back Institute doctors and their interns. They questioned him about what he was doing to achieve such accelerated recovery, including having his fractures mend at an unheard of time span. He was told that this was unprecedented and that they would like to follow up on exactly what he personally did to expedite his recovery. He told them sure, and that he had just published a new personal ebook that was his personal guideline to his speedy recovery. He explained that this was in addition to the medication and care that was prescribed for him by the Back Institute doctors. Also, he was prescribed 4 different medications, however, he is only taking one now. Everyone should know this: you have the ability to make things happen, instead of just letting things happen to you. Our Creator will often put us to the test, making sure that we practice what we preach. He will often provide us with information that is to be utilized at a future time and not just the time frame when we receive it. Now to rehash prior suppressed information, starting from back in 1973 when he was a 21-year-old junior at the University of Kentucky. He had visions of future trends involving music, dancing, and television integrated as a new category creator. At this point in time, he was inspired to write a white paper proclaiming the correlation between music, dancing, and TV integration. He also discerned a possible music-body mind healing combination that would eventually help various healing processes with numerous medical problems utilizing body-manufactured dopamine, serotonin, endorphins, and oxytocin. Also, he predicted that singers, musicians would someday be viewed and heard on a combination platform and not just radio and television shows. Well, in 1981 the following came to pass with the emergence of MTV. The information contained in various sections of the publication is multifaceted. Mainly, it is a brief overview of the just mentioned functions of dopamine, serotonin, endorphins, and oxytocin in the human body, activated by diverse types of music. As he previously stated, his research that was initiated back in 1973 predicted that in the near future of that time period that music of artists of all persuasions would eventually transform from simply cutting records, having concerts for exposure, and appearing on TV shows for exposure. His vision, back in 1973, his vision was that of a new category creator with emerging industry leaders who would formulate a new system of presenting music and artists via television and some sort of taping industry which would become videos. Well, fast forwarding to 1981 when MTV came out with music television. Within his white paper, back in 1973, he predicted that in the near future that music and television might merge and create an entire new venue of listening and viewing music. This happened in 1981 when MTV launched their first 10 MTV videos, which are listed below. Please note, MYV's first 10 videos were the following. The first was Buggles' video Killed the Radio Star. The second was Pat Benatar, You Better Run. The third was Rod Stewart, She Won't Dance With Me. The fourth was The Who, You Better You Bet. The fifth was PhD. Little Susie's on Top. The sixth was Cliff Richard, We Don't Talk Anymore. The seventh was The Pretenders, Brass in Pocket. The eighth was Todd Rundgren, Time Heals. The ninth was REO Speedwagon, Take It on the Run. The 10th was Styx, Rocking the Paradise. His research highlights the positive impacts of different types of music on emotional and physiological well-being, as he has listed below. However, by the time that he was in the process of compiling the entire informative ebook, he was 72 years old. Now you have the opportunity to read about the process that was first researched in 1973 to a division of what actually worked on him, after a horrific accident in 2024. As mentioned at the start of this communication, he had just started working on his new ebook, Music Psychology Catalyst 801. It was to be published on Amazon this year 2024, when he had a serious back injury accident. He had already published certain informative excerpts from his original white paper in several publications of his newly formed Discovering Reciprocity newsletter on LinkedIn. He was in the process of a gym workout session when he took a bad fall over some gym equipment that was not stored properly on its stand, plus he said that he did not look where he was going. After this accident, he utilized selections of music that would help him in his recovery. His 3 personal selections are listed within this communication. You can view his individual selections by simply clicking on the 3 links in the attached blog. They are integrated perfectly with his back problems, and he started noticing improvements after 1.5 months. How did this work? He would simply select informative music from YouTube. Next, simply click on the link, relax and listen. Soon his subconscious would take over. You can choose from a large selection of videos. Select by simply going directly to YouTube and choosing your own. Next, he made it a point to listen to each of his 3 choices no less than 3 times per day, each. After doing this for 2 months, his doctor could not believe it. He was on 4 medications for his back injury and now he was down to only 1. He was instructed to take another MRI, and the results showed super advanced healing in all areas of my back. Several doctors have said we need to place this case in the miraculous category and make Mr. Golden our poster child. He said no. Make all of the credit go to Music Psychology Catalyst 801. Have you ever heard this phrase? The mind can heal the body, but the body can't heal without the mind. This concept is strongly associated with the field of mind-body medicine, and is often attributed to the ancient Greek physician Hippocrates. Yes, Hippocrates famously stated, "The natural healing force within each one of us is the greatest force in getting well." Here is something to think about within your mind-body connection. This concept emphasizes the interconnectedness of our mental and physical states, suggesting that our thoughts, emotions, and beliefs can significantly impact our physical health. According to his historical records, as he stated years before, and recently he started observations compiling research for this ebook and decided to publish it on Amazon. Also, as he stated many times, this publication was initiated back in 1973 through a white paper that he published for a social psychology class while attending the University of Kentucky. He was 21 years old at the time. The name of this publication back in 1973 was Music Psychology Catalyst 801, which currently will have a one-time limited edition publication on Amazon, and should become a very valuable limited edition bestseller in the very near future. What is actually involved in this healing? Dopamine. His work examines how music, especially rhythmic patterns and melodies, can stimulate dopamine release, enhancing feelings of pleasure, motivation, and satisfaction. This ties music to the brain's reward system, much like other enjoyable activities. Serotonin. Through his studies, he noted that listening to certain types of music, especially those with soothing or uplifting qualities, can help elevate serotonin levels. This improves mood, supports emotional stability, and can also regulate physiological functions like sleep and digestion. Endorphins. His research also delves into the connection between dancing and the release of endorphins. Vigorous movement, such as dancing to energetic music, triggers these natural painkillers, creating feelings of euphoria, reducing stress, and improving pain tolerance. Oxytocin. He has also explored how music, especially when shared in a social context like group dancing or singing, can foster emotional bonds by increasing oxytocin levels. This promotes trust, emotional connection, and social bonding, making music a tool for enhancing human relationships. Overall, his work sheds light on how music and dance can be therapeutic, influencing both mental and physical health by triggering the release of these key biochemical compounds. This information will shortly be priceless. Obtain your copy now while free on Amazon. The link will be at the end of this blog. Keep in mind, music and body healing, utilizing body-manufactured dopamine, serotonin, endorphins, and oxytocin to aid in advanced healing. The connection between music and body healing is grounded in how sound can activate the brain's neurochemical pathways. Specifically, music can stimulate the release of key chemicals like dopamine, serotonin, endorphins, and oxytocin, each playing unique roles in enhancing physical and mental well-being. Here's a closer look at how each of these chemicals contributes to healing. 1. Dopamine, the motivation molecule. Role. Dopamine is linked to pleasure and reward, and its release can boost motivation, focus, and attention. Listening to enjoyable music can increase dopamine levels, creating a natural sense of pleasure. Healing benefits. By enhancing mood, dopamine reduces stress, which in turn can improve immune function. Additionally, dopamine aids in the body's pain regulation, providing natural pain relief. 2. Serotonin, the happiness hormone. Role. Serotonin contributes to mood regulation, emotional balance, and a sense of well-being. Uplifting or soothing music can increase serotonin, creating feelings of calm and relaxation. Healing benefits. Elevated serotonin levels can reduce symptoms of depression and anxiety, which are common barriers to physical recovery. This emotional stability supports immune function and lowers inflammation. 3. Endorphins, the natural painkillers. Role. Endorphins are the body's natural opioids, released in response to stress and pain, providing a natural analgesic effect. Music that resonates deeply with an individual can stimulate endorphin release, providing relief from both physical and emotional pain. Healing benefits. By managing pain without the need for medication, endorphins help in faster recovery and allow for more active engagement in physical rehabilitation. 4. Oxytocin, the love hormone. Role. Oxytocin fosters social bonding and trust. It can be increased by music that elicits strong emotional or social connections. Healing benefits. Elevated oxytocin improves feelings of connection and reduces stress, which is particularly beneficial for recovery in those dealing with emotional isolation or trauma. This social bonding can enhance healing by increasing positive interactions and support. Integrating music for holistic healing. Music-based interventions, whether rhythmic drumming, classical melodies, or preferred genres, can activate these neurochemical responses. Incorporating music with therapeutic intent can encourage faster recovery, reduce reliance on pain medications, and improve mental health. When crafted intentionally, a music therapy regimen can be powerful, supporting holistic healing through the mind-body connection. Additional information. Obtain your copy at the links below now to my over 30,004 followers. If you desire to, you can obtain a copy of my fresh-off-the-press publication, Music Psychology Catalyst 801, and see for yourself how applying strategic principles utilizing different strains of music can take your life to a new level of achievement. This current Amazon publication, Music Psychology Catalyst 801, is by design an exclusive limited edition publication protected by copyright will become a highly valued item in a very short period of time. Why? Because of its exclusivity and the highly valued extreme research that went into the creation. He has set up a limited edition system to reward those individuals who initially obtain one of his original copies of Music Psychology Catalyst 801, while there is an open window to obtain a copy which he plans on making a collector's item. This limited edition global press release and ebook publication will become an extremely profitable financial asset for ebook purchasers very shortly. Please, obtain your copy and give a review. Also, please leave a customer review at Amazon, which will help increase the value of your limited edition copy, as it appreciates in value. Please like and subscribe to this channel.